All right, well, thank you for joining us. I'm going to be reading off the Amherst players here today. The top laner is Dylan Klingelhofer. We have Ian Hughes in the jungle, Carter Cobb in mid, and Drayton Walker ADC with Clark Smith as their support.
And I will be reading off your Stanton players today. We have Clint Hasenkamp for your top laner.
No, that's jungler.
Oh, no, that's jungler. My bad. I cannot see the full menu here.
No,
then we have Zach Tim as your mid laner, Logan Tedeki as your support. Tiki, my apologies. Axel Spence as the ADC, and Chase Schwartz as the top laner.
Now we are seeing a couple of bands come out here. We have a Darius and Braum ban on the red side and an Ari and Vi ban on the blue side.
An interesting set of bans
And
along with the Malphite ban. So currently for our blue side, we have an even set of bans for the genre we're in.
And we have an ADC ban on the red side.
Also a support ban.
Yes. Jinx is a very strong ADC currently in this meta.
I find it interesting that the enemy team also chose to ban Malphite. Is that a potential scout, do we think, or?
Malphite's also pretty strong currently in the meta.
I would feel that. Darius as well, definitely an interesting champ to go up against. Can be difficult to win a lane against the Darius.
Absolutely. And we've been seeing Vi picked or banned in pro play constantly.
Yeah, pretty well constantly.
Well, we've got a Nocturne and a Yone pick here.
Interesting.
And blinding our Tristana.
Yeah. Wow, those are some pretty early game picks. I find it interesting. Usually we find these team comps coming out in order of lanes, so we'll have to see if that continues.
We've got a Rammus.
No.
Wait, it was a hover. It was a bait. An Ivern? I mean, Cajal says that.
You're going
LS and Cajal say Ivern is not viable currently.
Yeah, we are going into a Nocturne here. It's find it interesting that we'd go a Master Yi.
This is one of the few games I haven't seen Yi banned.
Yeah, Yi is usually a permaban or pick, so I find it interesting that neither team got rid of it. A Sylas pick, potentially? I think that would be a good matchup for sure. Definitely a great blind pick.
So then where do you think the Sylas and Yone are going?
I believe Sylas will be mid with the Yone top. Yone top is a lot more viable than Sylas top, considering the current meta.
And do we think that's a support pick?
It could be. We'll have to see for sure, because Lux is definitely one of those few champs that can just flex between the lanes at any point. Although Tristana is definitely their ADC.
Yes. I mean, we have been seeing a lot of Tristana mid as well.
That is fair.
There's a Caitlyn ban.
Caitlyn ban, for sure. Definitely a good pick. Against Tristana, definitely Caitlyn would be a good thing to get rid of.
Caitlyn outranges you hard, and she will crush you in there. And a Mumu ban, that's a really good ban as well, because Yi definitely needs to be able to keep moving.
Yeah,
he
but
cannot be locked down for too long.
Wouldn't that be more of a support ban in this situation?
That is true. It could be a support ban.
They already have definitely a jungler locked in. I haven't seen a Nocturne
Regardless,
in the lane in a while.
Mumu is a very, very annoying pick.
For sure.
And a Blitzcrank ban.
Although I find immediately that there might be some issues in jungle for the blue team, because Nocturne definitely beats Yi early.
I do think so. And I feel like Nocturne is a lot easier to pull off than a Yi. A Yi definitely needs to be able to snowball that early game.
Yes. Yi can scale back in later, but it's definitely going to be a lot harder for
we've got a Nautilus.
A Nautilus.
So that means that we have a Lux mid here.
That would be a Lux mid, yeah. Lux into a Sylas, that's going to be an interesting matchup considering canon implications.
This is true. It is quite interesting, and a little awkward.
A little awkward.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of pretty good ults coming out here for the Sylas to steal.
Ooh, a Leona. That's going to be
And a Leona is a pretty good pick here.
Looking at the opponent team comp, that's going to do a lot for team fights in late game.
Absolutely.
And an Ornn pick.
And Ornn. So we have a lot of good ults here on the side of red team that Sylas can just
yoink. Oh, that's going to be...
That Nautilus ult is going to be very dangerous.
Nautilus ult is going to be dangerous. Tristana with the execute.
Absolutely.
Lux just that free beam. And then Nautilus can do a lot in team fights, but so can Ornn. I'd say Ornn has more value than Nautilus ult in this situation.
The Brittle on Ornn's passive for his ult is just crazy.
Definitely. Especially, doesn't it scale off of AP?
I believe so.
So Sylas will definitely get a stronger boost from that.
It also slows your opponents and then knocks them up, which is a major amount of CC.
Combined with Sylas' already pretty high base CC, it's going to be definitely irritating, if not tilting.
If you can pull off a really good Ornn or Nautilus ult here with the Leona and layer that CC, you got a perfect team fight with that Yone, Mastery, and Misfortune.
For sure. Definitely some interesting team comps, because I can see the side of red doing well in team fights as well, because again, we're saying this because Silas can steal their already good team comp.
Absolutely.
That's the fun of seeing a Silas. It entirely depends on how good the enemy team's ults are going to be.
If they have useless ults, such as Zoe, your Silas is not going to be very impactful.
But you just handed the Silas Ornn ult, Lux ult, Nocturne ult. He's going to do some fun stuff.
Absolutely. And on top of that, though, we also are seeing a ton of like CC going back and forth here. You can only see like Leona and Silas really as the main parts of CC on this blue team. But again, those ults are so utilizable, I guess is a word. And that would be great layering for a Misfortune ult or a Master Yi Q.
Especially Yone ult, I think.
Yone ult is perfect.
Yeah.
You could get like a 4-man at the
I
very
would argue
least.
that Yone ult would be the engage, and then Leona the follow-up, and then Silas to end it off.
That is a good way to put it. I do like that. I'm just thinking you have so many ults that you can layer here with 2 big damage dealers.
For sure. I guess I'd be worried for the red team to make sure they're taking good engages and maybe making sure to pick one of those big CC champs before major team fights. Otherwise, they're going to have a huge issue with it.
They do have some really good disengage, though.
They do have great disengage, and they also have great dive. You have a Tristana and Nocturne, which can get into your enemy backline, Lux to hold them down, Nautilus and Ornn to hold your enemy team back while you retreat.
Absolutely. Ornn can go unstoppable as well.
It could potentially just defeat the entire point of Yone or Leona ult for that Ornn, and then Ornn is able to body block some other ults for them.
Absolutely. As well as if the game goes...
From the sounds of the enemy team here, we potentially have a very interesting play in the first minute and 30 seconds of this match, something to look forward to.
I'm very intrigued as well as a little scared.
Yeah, considering the amount of noise they were making, it's definitely going to be something.
Yes. What I was about to say, though, is the scaling on the red side seems like a lot better because of this Ornn and the Ornn items.
Yes, Ornn alone is just going to upgrade this already decent team. I was afraid of seeing the Nocturne pick in this match because Nocturne has some issues late game, but with that Ornn buff, I can definitely see him still being an issue.
Absolutely. As well as, I'm a little worried about this Ornn because Yone is known for being a really good tank shredder. So how well is he going to be able to stay in lane?
That's going to be an interesting question. It entirely depends on how well the Ornn plays around Yone. If Ornn can land his pillars near the Yone statue, he can just set up for when the Yone recalls.
That is very true. That is a big disadvantage to Yone's E, is that you have to come back. It's like exactly like Zoe ult.
You have no choice in the matter.
Yep, you have to come back. At some point, you gotta return.
So it's entirely going to be a matter of trading abilities in top
Absolutely.
lane. Mid lane's going to be a similar issue of Silas can't engage unless Lux uses her abilities, but if Lux uses her abilities too early, that's going to be a free time for Silas.
Yes.
I would be afraid for the Silas getting poked out early, however.
Especially with that E-poke on Lux, the large range on that,
Yeah.
it can get really annoying.
This Silas is going to have to play back for that first 30, 40 seconds of lane to get to level 2, even potentially level 3 to make sure he has his full kit before engaging the Lux.
Absolutely. For Silas, I believe either a lot of melees into these ranged mage picks, you either are going to trade off your HP for CS, or you're going to have to hold back and just try to get XP, and then make up that gold later.
What I would really like to see out of Silas is just shoving and roaming whenever he gets the chance, because he's not going to be able to do much in lane. Even though Lux can shove the wave harder back, I'd rather see him trying to make a difference in the map since he can't do anything in lane.
Absolutely. He's definitely going to have to roam a little bit more often. Okay, there it goes. Okay, and we are off. We do see, once again,
Looks like our
support items. I'm very happy to support items.
Yep.
However, our Lux also
Lux
has
built a support item.
support item.
A very interesting choice considering it's going to nerf her gold income early.
Absolutely. I'm a little concerned with this as I haven't seen that before. Unless you're running like a Janna Smite top.
Yeah, there's situations in which building a support item in a lane can be good, but not in this one. And we're going
do
into
see
an
early
invade
game
here.
invade. They do catch it out though, and the Ornn is rotating. However, I think this
Lux
Lux
is going to
going
go
to go down.
Yeah. The Tristana E does some pretty good damage
Oh my
there.
gosh, and the Leona claims the second kill while the Ornn grabs it on Leona. This is just an all-out brawl here.
Is this a 5 kill early?
Oh my
This sits
goodness.
Amherst up good for the rest of the match.
That is a complete team sweep, and that is 3 kills on a Silas.
3 kills on a Silas, going into a Lux. I was afraid for that Silas early, but I don't think I'm going to be anymore.
No, especially with that early lead. And he has TP, so he can just get back to lane.
Yeah, on top of that, support item is going to cause a little bit of issues for the Lux.
Absolutely. I'm a little curious to see what our Silas here builds with his early lead.
Looks like Silas is going into a Dark Seal. That's an excellent choice considering he has that lead that he has. He's going to be able to snowball even harder using that.
Absolutely. I would have considered maybe a Roa. I mean, you can get it so early on right now, you just level up faster.
Yeah, I can see that. I just argue the concept of Dark Seal, you get, I believe, 10 free AP per kill.
Yes.
Getting up to, isn't it 100?
I am not entirely sure. Well, yes, you get 10 stacks.
10 stacks on Dark Seal, and then when you upgrade it, you can get up to...
The Cursed Book, as we call it.
The Cursed Book. It steals your souls and then makes you stronger.
Absolutely. We do see some trading going on here. I'm very interested to see how this poke damage plays out between this MF and this Tristana.
Level 2 coming down on the side of red team, but we'll see if that's enough of an advantage considering the early kills. Yon going for the engage, missing his Q.
Ooh, that is a big one to miss.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He has a little bit of damage in that mark, but it's not going to be enough to even out that trade.
We do see the Nocturne invading here in the jungle as well. The Yi is making his way over.
This could be an interesting moment. I think Nocturne is going to be able to leave. He's going for the Gromp. He's greeting.
I'm a little worried about this. He better get himself out of there quick because that Yone can rotate and collapse on top of him.
Especially, also the Silas. I expect the Silas would be willing to lose a wave to get that Nocturne. Let's see here. The Nocturne's sitting at...
And he snites it, and I think he's out. They do spot him.
Yone's walking down.
I'm a little worried
Silas
here.
is walking up. This is a definite...
I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out of here. Can he hit his flash? Oh, he waits. The Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
He was so disciplined with his flash there. He waited for so long for that Yi to waste his first.
Very unfortunate.
And this is what I was talking about, the trade damage for Tristana and MF, is that her bomb is going to hit so hard early game.
For sure. That misfortune is overstaying, I believe, in this situation. Considering that Tristana's at 3, she can just hop on top of them.
Absolutely. I also think, considering that the Nocturne just died, he should be pathing bot side. They should be wary about the jungler.
Absolutely. It's an argument of whether or not the Nocturne is going to focus on hitting 6 or going for that gank.
Absolutely. We are seeing, some trading mid lane here. What people really forget about, the backwards Q.
Oh no, mouse misplacement.
We do forget about Silas's insane healing.
Yeah, Silas's healing early is definitely going to be an issue. Misfortune has a lot of health here. Actually, where did that come from? Probably a heal, I think?
I think she popped her pots.
Pop pots, yeah.
And also, she does seem to have, D-Blade over the Sword Start. So she is going to have some of that lifesteal.
For sure.
We do see the Nocturne looping around here.
Nocturne
I think she
here.
has overstayed, and that kill goes over to
there we
Axel.
Go.
Oh, and we're jumping in. Okay.
We got our kills. Red team's bot lane is drawing ahead. This is a good sign considering the bad start.
That was definitely a good read by our Nocturne.
Absolutely.
He has also grabbed the Scuttle Crab bot lane, and now he's backing.
A good decision considering the situation. Definitely trying to spend that gold he just got.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you're keeping at least even with that Yi. I am still interested in seeing how... Oh, wait. We see them collapsing in on the Silas, and... Oh my gosh. The Lux wasted flash and didn't get anything out.
I think they might have counter-flashed.
No, he didn't flash either.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he dashed out of it with his Z. I also just realized he didn't take Conquer, he took Dark Harvest.
Oh, that's going to kick his scaling in even harder.
Absolutely. Which is amazing that he got that big early game fight there.
Ooh, the E on the minion. That hurt.
Ooh.
But they got the Dark Harvest.
This is true. Hey, anything for the Dark Harvest deck, right?
Yep.
Now we are still seeing those major gold spikes on that blue side, and we do see a little bit of a CS lead on that way too.
Yes, for sure. It allows them to create that early advantage in lane. Let's see if the red team can get that comeback here.
Absolutely. Now the Scuttle has despawned in bot side, and it's going to be respawning soon. However, drag is up.
There is definitely a better vision advantage for the blue team. I'm seeing almost no wards out on the map for red team, resulting in a disadvantage of
Absolutely.
of information.
I'm unsure if this Nautilus has been able to back for anything for wards and such.
No, not really, unfortunately, but he is sitting on 2 wards.
Yes, well, that is an important thing to point out. We do need to get that vision out there because there is an objective up, and we do not have the prio in bot lane for red side.
Looks like the blue team bot lane is walking up. Yi is considering going in.
And
Red
Silas
team
has
jungle is
Lux ult
also
as well.
moving. We're definitely going to see a team fight
Oh,
here.
the
Lux
Q!
catches her.
Oh, but she doesn't have her E up.
No, she doesn't. It doesn't even get the passive stack.
That is so sad. She still has her support item. I'm very confused on why she has that.
From personal experience of playing Lux mid, the game just forces it in your face until you build something else. So it might have just been oh, I see this in my shop, I'm going to buy it.
That is fair. The Lux does fall. She does use barrier. That is the issue with having to use that flash earlier for that failed gank.
Yes, and it's now a 3v4 over this dragon. I don't think Red Team's going to be able to do anything here.
I do not think so either. We do see the Yi pinging that he does not have smite. So if Nocturne really wanted to try to fight that, he could. But I think it's a little risky considering there are 3 to 4 of them there.
I don't think Nocturne's going to be able to collapse in anyway. He doesn't have the move and speed to get on top of that dragon before he gets stunned out by the
He
Leona.
already moved all the way out to go clear out his jungle. They do see that he is probably down there. You can see the pings coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have an ult on this Ornn. Is he going to be able to get anything?
Ornn lives. That's more important than anything else.
He got an ult and a flash out for that, or not flash. He got an ult and an ignite out for that.
For sure. Oh, he's getting
Oh,
powered
but he's
Survives the tower dive. Sitting under there, gaining XP. I think this is a misread here. The Yo might be able to EQ kill.
I think
Yep,
he
there
can.
it is.
Oh, wait,
Where's that
oh
W?
my gosh!
He didn't W, but the Ornn didn't auto.
He executed.
Yeah, that's...
We do see the Silas roaming up towards this Ornn, though. He might catch this,
but
Nocturne. Oh, they
both
just
make it
in
out.
time.
Silas is not going to get anything out of this roam, letting the Lux catch up a little bit.
We do see the magical footwear on that MF because of her takedowns early game as well.
Yes, it's going to create a small difference here in that bot lane. That movement speed is going to be good against Poke. Unfortunately, since Tristani's target is not going to matter as much as one would like.
The other thing is this MF is already a very fast character because of her strut.
Definitely. Just for reference, that is passive on her W ability that grants her extra movement speed unless she gets hit.
And it can be activated, I believe, for extra damage.
Yes, it can be activated for 40% attack speed, last I checked.
Alright, I was like, I don't know MF's numbers as well as I should.
I play with an MF main, so I know the numbers more than I'd like.
We do have a stack on the Darksteel as well, so hey, there's some value coming out there.
Eventually. It's been a while since that Darksteel got purchased, and it's not really doing much until now.
That is true.
I think you were correct earlier in saying that that would have been a better option to go for that other item.
Absolutely. I think either just rushing your Everfrost or going Roa for that power spike with that level would be a really good idea.
Seems like our Nocturne might have gotten caught out here.
Oh, he flashes?
Nocturne flash gets out.
And the execute will not hit. We also see a Bork rush on our Yi. Bork is Blade of the Ruined King.
Yep. That extra damage against tanks is going to be definitely helpful against the Ornn and the Nautilus.
Absolutely. We can also see that this
Team is claiming Herald. They don't have any contest because they just forced Nocturne out of the jungle.
They did. They know that he's back, so there's no reason for them to be worried about him being on the map.
Absolutely.
Oh, and we got caught out by the Nautilus hook, but the Leona does stun.
That is the interesting counterplay here in the bot lane, that even if Nautilus engages, they want them to engage onto the Leona because the Leona can just cancel the engage with the Q.
Absolutely. Especially with a well-timed one.
Although interesting, it seems that the Herald got put on the Silas instead of getting put on the Yi so it can roam. That's definitely a sign that they want to get the Silas ahead.
They want to crack open that mid turret.
Cracking the mid turret is definitely going to be an advantage. They're already trying to force this Nocturne out of the jungle. It's going to be even harder for the Nocturne to jungle if he doesn't have a place to go.
Also, they're going to probably lose a lot of control over these objectives in the river because that mid tower is so monumental in how much control you have over the map.
Yes, definitely.
We also see a lot of vision coming down with
Nocturne
this
coming in
bot
on mid
side.
lane.
Oh, yep. Oh, he's wrapping
Both
around.
CC abilities missed.
I don't see. Yep. I think he's gonna make it out. Oh, he's
a
even
kill
gonna get
even.
killed.
Might even be two.
Oh.
Not two.
Oh, it was just barely.
Close.
She gets it out.
2 tower shots.
That is rough.
A level advantage on the Ornn here in top lane.
That is a really important thing, especially considering the big power spike you can get.
Yes, definitely. Level 14, Ornn starts upgrading mythic items, starting with his own, and then he gets to choose a teammate per level until level 18 to make their mythic even stronger than it already is.
We finally have the support item sold.
Finally, it's gone.
It is gone.
It is gone.
It
So
is
Lux
gone.
is getting full gold.
Yep, we are actually having productive farming here with the CS getting full gold for it. And we have a Yi flash in.
flash. Unfortunate for the Lux. They
That
didn't really
is
have a choice there.
Tragic.
Very tragic. Still on that level advantage in top lane.
Yep, and we're seeing the Borg is finally finished on that Yi, and the CS leads are coming out.
For sure. I find it interesting that even though the Ornn is down on CS, he has an advantage in levels, implying that he's been in lane longer.
Oh, we've got a Nocturne out popped, but he spell shielded the
ult.
knockup.
That was perfect.
That is an amazing play. And we got the Ignite as well. That's an
Yes.
amazing. You got as many cooldowns
Lot
as you
of
want,
value.
except for Flash. We finished the Everfrost on the Silas, and now there's 3 stacks on that Dark Seal, so that is being a little bit more productive here.
Becoming more and more of an advantage to
Absolutely.
have. Another dragon going down for the side of blue. They're at 2 dragons, and now the map will shift. Let's see what we get here. Interesting,
We're
a
not going
cloud
to check
dragon.
out that ward there. We don't have a
Yeah.
scanner just yet.
No scanner on either team.
We do have a control ward in the MF's inventory.
As along with the Silas as well.
However, we are not going to put it down because we have that one regular ward in there. Well,
Yep.
we're going to put it in the Tribush.
I believe it was already in the Tribush. Somebody
Was
put
it
it there
already
early.
it was already in the Tribush.
I think we just missed it.
We probably did. That was probably from
Unfortunate.
Leona, too.
Probably from the Leona.
That makes sense. For
Props to
sure.
whoever put it there for sure.
Yes, it's a very great ward to have, especially for ganks. Especially after that first Nocturne gank.
Yeah, that's probably why it's
You
there.
probably wanted it earlier, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Alright, we also have an Eclipse finished on our Nocturne as well.
Ornn is definitely playing very safe top lane. Anytime the Yone tries to go for an
It's
engage.
a Y.
Yeah,
It's a Y that hits you hard.
why that hits you hard. Why with a sword?
Exactly. Do we see a heart still coming out for this Ornn?
I believe so with the items that he's building currently. Is definitely going to be a Heartsteel build.
What are your thoughts on Heartsteel?
Heartsteel is definitely a great item on Ornn. It grants infinite scaling to a character that already scales extra hard because of their passive. It's going to create a major tank for the enemy
Oh, and
team.
we have the Silas trying to gank this jungler in his own jungle, and he does get him with that Nautilus ult.
Very unfortunate for our Nocturne.
We were talking about the danger of grabbing those ults earlier in the game.
Yep, it's definitely starting to create an advantage for that Silas.
Absolutely. He's getting very scary.
Yes, up to 5 stacks.
We're 5 more, and we get to go to Magi's, the cursed book.
Yep, getting those stacks, getting that free AP.
Absolutely.
Although I would say it's definitely a volatile item you want to get rid of late game when you have the gold.
Yes, it's a high risk, high reward.
Yep.
The movement speed on the item is super nice, though.
Movement speed on the item is nice, but when you lose the AP value of a solid item
That
just
is
by
true.
dying,
And we're getting ganked by
Yeah.
the once again. It's going to be an ult and an alpha strike and dead.
and dead.
That Bork putting in the work, and he's going
Yeah.
Rage Blade as well.
That stolen movement speed is definitely putting in the difference in these ganks.
Oh, 100%. You just can't stop him. He's
Yep.
just zooming at you.
He gets extra movement speed, you lose movement speed, he gets even more movement speed.
Yep.
No getting away from that.
That ward in the top Tribush is going to be spotted out by another blue ward, and there is a blue ward on the Krugs.
Yes. Unfortunate for the Nocturne, he's just being made aware of anytime he tries to go anywhere in his
They
jungle.
have amazing jungle tracking here.
Yes. Definitely you can see it in the way that the Yi's playing. He's playing on the opposite side of Nocturne, which is an interesting move. Although, as we noted earlier, that's a good choice because the Nocturne would definitely beat him in any straight up fight.
100%. I think being able to cross-map this and try to gank where he isn't, really take advantage of that information.
Unfortunate engage on the bot lane here.
Yes, we are
Something we
gonna
didn't
see a miss ult.
notice earlier is technically both of the
Oh, wait, the Silas is coming
another
in as
invade on that
Nocturne.
jungle. That poor Nocturne is
Oh,
not
and he's
being
gonna
allowed to
ult
play the
out.
game. Nothing to ult out to, though.
Nope.
Just
you're
kinda
gonna
walking
walk
away.
Have to give up your blue buff.
Unfortunate, and definitely since it's going to a Silas. Is the Silas setting up for a tower dive here?
Oh, he might be. They are half health. I don't think they're super low, though. We're going to need to push that wave in.
As well as the CC from the Nautilus here, he has ult up.
Oh, the Leona's tanking tower here. Oh my
Oh, the
gosh,
root
she
coming
hit
out.
the root on the Everfrost.
Here we
She's
go.
so low.
There goes the
And
Tristana, there goes the
MF. They do
Nautilus.
lose
We
Leona.
trade Leona. I think that's a worthwhile trade here, though.
I agree 100%. You are feeding your carries.
He's up to 8 stacks.
He is up to 8 stacks. Hey, that's the big thing, right?
2 more stacks, 1 per kill.
We can hear some commentary from the teams as well.
Teams are definitely having fun.
That is the important part. That's why we're here. They
here
do
to have
finally
fun.
grab this award there in the tri-bush.
The vision control is getting stronger and stronger
It
with
is
that
insane.
blue team.
I don't see a sweeper on either team yet, though,
No.
which is kind of concerning.
Yeah, the Leona should probably switch to that sweeper when they get the chance, considering they have
Absolutely.
maxed out support quest.
Absolutely. I think as soon as you finish your support item, you should definitely go ahead and grab that sweeper.
Yeah,
oh,
first
they are
year's
gonna grab
already.
this. Oh, are
Oh,
they gonna
nice.
be able to?
Tristana
oh,
ult. That Tristana ult just saved him there.
Absolutely. That
Jack
one more
Shaw.
auto attack there, I think he would have been dead.
Jack Shaw on the Nautilus, not going for a support mythic.
Interesting. I think they want to have longer trades here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if longer trades is a good choice here because Yi exists.
I agree. And
You-
you have a Nocturne.
Nocturne,
He's an
yeah.
assassin, and
Nocturne's an assassin.
you have a Lux who's
I have a
supposed to
Lux.
one-shot.
And Tristana, also not a long engaged character.
No, she is supposed to pop you like that.
I much would have preferred the same item that we have on Leona on
Absolutely.
the
The
Nautilus
Even
here.
Shroud. The Even Shroud does bonus damage to characters who have been CC'd recently by that character.
It reduces their armor and magic resist as well.
Yes, it is
Makes your
huge.
entire team stronger,
100%. It is amazing in team fights.
for sure.
Oh,
Definitely.
they're going to TP to the sword to keep it alive, and we have an ult from the
Excellent
E coming
choice.
out. He's going to back up as soon as he spots a little bit. Oh, he's going to get rooted. I don't know if they're going to do enough damage. The Yi goes in.
Yi is
Oh
a
my
free
gosh.
kill here. Unfortunate
Oh,
for
the
the
Leona ult hits,
Oh.
and he flashes away.
Yeah, wow, they
was
cleaned that
Oh
up.
my gosh, that is a 4-man kill for the dragon.
Very
And he grabs the
unfortunate
Gromp
for
on his
Red
way
team.
out.
Yep, getting that extra gold.
And
Gotta
I
get
think
it where
we
you
have
can.
our 10 stacks now.
10 stacks. Let's see if we get that Magi's, or is he going to prioritize... Oh, wow, I just blanked on the name.
Zonius?
Zonius, yep.
He did use his stopwatch, so that would be a very important item to grab here, especially considering how much CC they have.
I guess we'll see one way or the other in the next couple of minutes.
Absolutely. I also have noticed that he grabbed his Shadow Flame, considering there's a lot of resistances on their team between Nautilus and I'm sure Ornn is going to build resistance at some point.
As well as Nautilus, whenever he pops that shield that... wow, I blanked the name again. Is going to just give him the full magic resist.
That is true. You're going to want that penetration from that Shadow Flame and maybe even having to go that, what is it called? Void Staff.
Void
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh, the Silas comes in clutch and saves
Did that
his
W
Yi.
just kill a person from half health?
That was insane. The AP ratios on that was
Yeah,
dead.
I'm kind of worried. The Silas is becoming kind of a raid boss for the red team here.
Also, Ornn has finally reached level 13 and has upgraded his own item.
Yes, for sure. First item upgrade is always a great sign.
I do not see any stacks on his Heartsteel though.
Yes, the Heartsteel just finished, I believe. Very unfortunate.
And it seems like, well, as soon as he's finished it, Yone has left the lane.
Very unfortunate timing. Usually you want to farm some of those Heartsteel stacks off of your laner
Absolutely.
before they leave.
Especially
but
melees. It's the easiest way to do it.
Get the Heartsteel stack and walk
Now
away.
they're going to give the red buff over to the Yi. Okay.
Yi
I
just
thought they were going
walked
to give it to
over.
the Silas for a second, and I was a little confused.
I think that should have gone to the Silas, considering Silas' HP.
That is true, and he is extremely strong right now.
Yes.
However, I think they're going to back and reset and try to go for Baron here.
Red team calling that they might be at Baron.
Oh, they're just going to grab Baron instead. Oh, wait. Are they going to try to do it just with Yone and
little
MF,
bit
or are
of
they grabbing
decision-making
Scuttle?
here. I think it's they're fighting for the most important objective in the game, Scuttle.
Absolutely, and they grab it.
They get
no
it.
contesting. We do see that the red team is a little uneasy about this. They definitely
Yeah.
notice their movements.
Blue
And we
team's-
are going to go Magi's.
Yep, Magi's right off the bat. That's a good sign, getting that extra AP scaling.
We see the Immortal Shield Bow finished on this Yone, and we have our Kraken on our MF.
Definitely good setups.
Absolutely.
I think our MF is definitely a large chunk ahead. I don't think there's any real advantage that the red team can play to here to try to win this game out, other than trying to catch someone off guard.
I think you really just want to help give those levels to your Ornn, and we're going to see the Nautilus Assault coming out, and he's just going to pop the Lux.
Lux does not get to play the game today.
We have a ward in the Baron Pit, but that doesn't matter. I don't think they can contest.
No, they can't. That's a 5v4.
Oh, they're going to try to ult here, and it's too late.
It's too late. That's very unfortunate.
I think they're not even going to back. I think they're going to try to rotate here.
Guess we'll see.
The Ornn spots
collapsing
him out,
on the Ornn.
Oh my gosh, the Sylas hits his dash.
But that flash comes in clutch.
Yes, but that is a flash burned.
Flash burned is flash burned.
And can we see how many Dark Harvest stacks this Sylas has?
He's sitting at 16. That's a decent chunk of damage every time.
That's a good amount right there too. He grabbed the Ornn ult as well.
I think we're about to see a team fight here. Here's the
Ornn ult. The Ornn, and look at that damage out on the Tristana.
Oh, the Tristana's gone.
Oh, he spell shields the
Nocturne.
Everfrost, but that does not matter. That Yi is too far ahead.
I think that the two tanks need to just run away here. Just sitting here is going to get them killed.
That Yi is just gone. They're juggling this tower aggro so well.
Does Yone go down?
Yone
just barely
survives.
That was at the sacrifice of his immortal shield, though, so...
But, I mean, considering that they get the tower and an inhib?
True.
Oh, what is happening here?
No worries about that, folks. We're just going to keep focusing on this game.
I don't think it captured that.
No, it did not.
And we're TPing back in.
TPing back in, pushing for those towers.
You're really going to want to siege with this Baron. You want to get as much gold lead as possible.
Second inhib about to go down.
Oh, holy cow. Like nearly 20k gold lead here.
Yeah, that very unfortunate for our team in red.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Did we catch the Sylas out here, or are we going to let him stay?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think they get a choice here.
And he misses.
I mean,
survive,
they live.
but the MF ult comes out. However, they did leave their Yi alone. And here comes the Sylas against two tanks and a Lux.
Two tanks and a Lux. That's always a deadly combo.
Now, the Lux finally has her boots.
Lux has boots. Progress is progress.
We gotta take it one step at a time.
Now, will they take enough steps in order to come back in the game?
I'm a little unsure as they're gonna get triple inhibbed.
Yeah, that means 2 super minions per lane per wave. No mercy for our team in red here.
And they've grabbed the Nocturne ult. Turn out the lights.
You get to see that Sylas just fly in from halfway across the map. It's not going to be fun for the team in red, that's for sure.
Well, Dragon's up. I don't know if maybe they're backing up to go grab Dragon to make sure they can secure Soul. That movement speed.
Yeah, movement speed is always nice, especially on champs that center around their ults like the red team.
Yi.
Red team and blue team both ult-centric. Whoever gets the soul is definitely going to get a good
Yi
advantage.
and Yone and MF
Leona.
and Sylas, all of them can utilize that movement speed perfectly.
Yeah, especially considering the amount of abilities you need to dodge from the red team here.
Nocturne finally has an upgraded item as well.
Nocturne
I'm a little
item
concerned
upgraded.
about it.
I would have preferred to see an upgrade for either the Nautilus or our Tristana
I
here.
would have loved to see a Tristana upgrade here. She is your main source of damage, and she isn't doing too bad. She's just a little locked down by CC.
I wonder what they're expecting the Nocturne to do with that upgrade. Are we going to see him dive the backline, try to take out this Misfortune, maybe?
It would be really interesting. I am a little worried because of how well this Leona has been guarding her.
Definitely. Leona has not let that Misfortune die as much as the enemy team would like her to.
I am in complete shock about how well this game has gone, especially for Yi.
Yes, Yi got that scaling that he wanted, and now is just
And here
able
goes
to,
the
and
Sylas.
There they go.
There's all of these ults that we talked about that are being highly impactful.
And
The
we're
Nautilus
down to
ult
Lux.
pops off, and the Lux is just gone.
Lux is gone, and that
That
looks
is
like
an
games,
ace.
folks.
I believe that is game.
An interesting match, to be sure.
Absolutely. We learned a lot. I still see no scanners.
No scanners, absolutely not.
Who needs vision?
Who needs vision, and who needs to not build a support item?
Exactly.
I mean, you can definitely utilize it in any lane. At some point, I'm sure. I mean, it gives you a little bit more gold income.
You can just poke people instead, but it is
yeah.
a little iffy.
So fun fact about the mage support item, it actually doesn't give you the gold unless you have another ally in lane.
Really?
Yes.
So that's how they nerfed the Janna top lane.
That's how they prevented Janna top lane
I
from being in the game.
understand now. You can go ahead and look at that damage output from the Sylas as we prepare for the next game.